And pardon my hair, I just showered. But if I am gonna post this, then I suppose that this video would just be, maybe like a video that's like a time capsule. Maybe one day, shit works out in the music, and then I can look back at this video and be like, haha, it's so funny. But man, today and yesterday, I just feel like fucking giving up sometimes, man. I really fucking do. I was 15 years old. I was in high school and I was hanging out with my older brother. And we was listening to Biggie Smalls, or we were listening to music, and I was like, "Oh, what's that one Biggie Smalls song? The one that goes like, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine." My brother was like, "Wow, you actually have kind of a good flow, man. That sounds pretty good. Maybe you should work on that." And ever since then, I did. Ever since then, I did. I'm 29 years old. I'm turning 30 in like 3 months. So it's been damn near 15 fucking years of my life that I've been having this kind of dream that maybe, like music was possible or something. And now I'm almost 30, and I have nothing to show for it, really. Like I have experience, okay? Like I have experience. Like when okay, so there was a point in my life when I was about 23. I moved across the world to Europe to be with this girl that I'm not together with anymore. And it's like, okay, fine, fuck it, whatever, right? Fuck it. That happens. And it took a really long pause out of my life. But before I left America, I was doing live shows. I was opening for like Chris Calico and Twisted Insane. And I mean, I barely had any music released, but like I felt like I was like really working on something. And then I move out to Sweden. Years of my life go by just trying to recover and build my life here because I thought things would be better. And it is in a practical sense. It really is in a practical sense. But, you know, I've only really had the availability, and just the straight fuck it energy of starting to make music. Like, it's 2026 now, so in like 2024, after like my last like big breakup in my life, I was like, what am I doing? I've always wanted to be a musician. I got to get started, and it's been pretty good. I would say, in the past like 2 years, I've released like almost 10 tracks. I got 3 more tracks in the wing that I'm working on, and I'm not able to make beats. So I work a pretty good job now. So I've been using the like what little extra money that I have. A pretty good job. It's an okay job, but I've been using that little bit extra money that I have to like buy licenses and try to get to meet some of these like YouTube beat makers, because I have so many musicians around me that have the resources that honestly, like if we just work together, we could probably make a lot of shit happen, because I can fill spaces that they can't fill and they can help me fill spaces that I can't fill. But everybody wants to do shit on their own. And like, word, I get you, but like, we all know this, right? That you need a team, and like maybe not all, could not. The world has changed so much since I first started writing, because I've been writing this whole time. I've been writing for 15 years straight. I've been writing hip hop music, raps, getting bars, bricks. No, I'm kidding. And I fell in love with hip hop because I had quite a very traumatic upbringing in my life. I grew up with a single immigrant mother in a shitty area, and me and my older brother, we witnessed like a lot of just fucking awful things. And when I listen to hip hop music, especially when I listen to like Tupac, um, man, shut your bitch. when I listened to like Tupac or Biggie, Nas, you know, I kind of got really into the 90s hip hop. It just, it felt like, you know, life made a lot more sense. I would listen to Lupe Fiasco a lot. I did love my ignorant shit. I love Gucci Mane, bro. I love Gucci. Big Gucci. No, I'm playing. But my point is that like I fell in love with the art, you know, because the art really kind of helped me make sense of reality, and I really wanted to contribute to that because for me, like hip hop really helped me out of a dark place. And then when I learned that, you know, I had studied the game just enough to be able to kind of like mimic it and try to form my own style, then I was like, fuck, dude, I can contribute to this too, you know? I can make music that talks about what the fuck I've been going through, and maybe, possibly, maybe other people can relate to it. You know what I mean? Maybe the next, you know, 15-year-old kid who, like, has had a traumatic life and doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, or like in some of my more recent songs, like other musicians that are stuck in my position where they just feel the fucking ticking clock of father time creeping down their fucking back, and just somebody could just relate to my music and I could just make somebody's fucking day better. And then as I continue to make somebody's fucking day better, you know, I can just continue to build, and then I can spend, you know, my adult life just creating art and sharing art and using art as a tool to get a message out in hopes that I can contribute to, I don't know, the world being a better place or something. That sounds stupid, but that was like my 15-year-old dream. You know what I mean? Because I was so enamored with like, just like Tupac, honestly, especially. Tupac especially. I was very enamored with the way that Tupac handled his public speaking. He was very raw, honest. And yeah, of course, some of his songs, you know, there are contradictions to this statement, but a lot of Tupac's music was just telling stories about his life and hopefully, you know, maybe making the world a better place. Or at least so he thought, you know, before they murdered him. But yeah, you know, here I am now, 29 years old. And yeah, I'm not really sure what's for me. Things have changed so much since I first started, and now that I've like really started taking things seriously, I've walked into kind of like a foreign world where like TikTok and short form content, I just got told the other day by a musician who's much further along in their music career, just told me straight up, you know, like in 2026, you know, if you don't have a social media, like you're not going to make it. Like, and the thing is, man, is like, you know, I don't mind like what social media kind of used to be. If I post this anywhere, I'm gonna post it on YouTube because I think YouTube, yeah, YouTube has YouTube Shorts, but ultimately, like YouTube, I don't think is really that bad. I don't think it contributes to the problem in the same way. But TikTok, short form content, it's fucking awful, dude. This environment is so toxic, and it's so strange because on the one hand, we've made everything more accessible and easier for independent artists to take control of their own art and their own masters and their own careers and still like find an audience. But on the other hand, we made this like really cutthroat and unreasonable expectation of work that like, bro, I work a full-time job. I'm literally home like 3-4 hours a day before I got to go to bed to wake up at a reasonable time the next day. And I work a physically demanding job, which means I'm on my feet all day. I'm moving heavy shit all fucking day. When I get home, I am tired, bro. I am tired. I am exhausted. And yeah, maybe I want to work on a little bit of music. It's fun to write. It's fun to record. But I don't want to sit here with a camera, you know, thinking about, oh, how do I make this like 15 to 30 seconds, blah, 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 blah. And then, oh, I could just post it all. I could just record it all in one day and edit it. And then I only have 2 days in the weekend to like be by myself. And, I just gotta fucking sit there and just spend a whole fucking day every goddamn fucking weekend like recording so I can post like 8 fucking million times a day, and I gotta pay attention to the algorithm, and it's like, bro, like, fuck TikTok, dude. Fuck TikTok. Genuinely, fuck TikTok. I hate TikTok so fucking much, dude. I hate the culture that it's set up. I hate the fucking way that it's just rotted our fucking brains. And I understand that in the music industry, in a way, you always kind of had to dance with the devil to get what you want. Sure, I could believe that. But TikTok, dude, is like, it is negatively impacting in our society in a very major way. There have been countless studies coming out talking about that kids and teenagers and young adults' attention spans are getting lower. Depression rates are up. People are more radicalized than ever. And it's not the main or only, TikTok isn't the only reason, but TikTok and the constant stream of information is exacerbating these issues. Like, yes, a lot of these issues we've had are the same issues that we've had throughout history, but this shit has gone up like 10 fucking fold, dude. And it's because we're all constantly connected to this constant stream of fucking brain rot, slop, disgusting drama, suffering, listen to me. Like, it makes my brain fucking hurt, dude. I want to delete TikTok. I want to delete Instagram. I want to delete Facebook. I want to delete all my social media every single fucking day. But it's like, you want to make music. You want to make music and you want to have a career out of making music. Well, then you can't delete it. You got to fucking lock into this zone and you got to feed this hungry, disgusting, vile fucking beast. And then it's one day gonna maybe give you just enough people to listen to after you just fucking sell your goddamn soul to it. And I if it's not clear in the way I speak, I have some fucking reservations towards that. And then a lot of people are going to sit here, and if I did post this on YouTube, and if anybody watches it, because let's be honest, nobody watches my shit, nobody listens to my shit, nobody fucking does anything when it comes to my shit. But, if somebody did, a lot of people, they're going to be like, well, a lot of other people are doing it, you just need to do it too. You just don't know what you're doing, you're just lazy, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I do all this shit myself, okay? I do all this shit myself. All right, we just had, here in Sweden, I don't know, for those of you who don't know, at least the part of Sweden I live in, hip-hop is popular, but it's not organized. It's not an organized community. We just off a fucking whim, I just, like, organized a bunch of artists and threw, like, our very first hip-hop show to, like, try and bring together a little bit of a community. Did all that shit myself, man. Found all the people, got a hold of the company, spent the fucking money, did all that shit. And it was a lot of fucking fun, too. Maybe I'll post a clip.
I chase my dreams in the night, and there's no way I'll let them go. And I don't care if it's wrong or right. I might have lost my mind, but I found my soul. I chase my dreams in the night.
But it was a lot of fun, dude. Plenty of people showed up, and it was great. I didn't get no fucking flowers after that shit, bro. I didn't get shit. I've been working hard doing that. I've been working hard writing songs. I've been learning hard teaching myself how to vocal mix. I know I can work hard to make beats, but frankly, I don't want to spend another 5 fucking years of my life learning another fucking skill in making beats. Just that way I can continue to have nobody fucking listen to me. And it's like, I don't think I don't think I'm owed. I don't have a sense like, why aren't people listening to my shit? Like, I deserve more. No, Land, there's like people that put way more work than me. I understand that, but I'm not that fucking person, okay? I'm a goddamn human being, and I have a limited amount of time and energy. And I'm just trying my goddamn best to make do with what I got. And, man, sometimes I just want to fucking give up, like, I question if I'm really cut out for any of this. Because at once upon a time, I would have said yes. I've never really had the opportunity or availability in my life to really go as far as I wanted to. And now I'm old and I have the money, I have the resources, but I'm not getting any younger. And I know that, time is like an illusion or whatever. It's what a lot of fucking hippies say. But, you get to a point, you haven't been to school. I couldn't go back to school when I turned 18. I didn't have the grades in high school. Didn't want to join the fucking military, and I had to leave my living situation as fast as I possibly fucking could because, at that time I had moved back in with my estranged dad, and he was a tough person to live with. Very tough person to live with. I had to get out of there as fast as I can. It was a very toxic and bad situation. You know, longer of my life than not, I've lived out of like 2 suitcases and a backpack. My adult life, at least. And now here I am. I have the resources. I'm stable. I don't really have the time, but I find the time and I make the time. And everything has changed. And man, some days I just really want to fucking give up. And I don't know. Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day I won't. Or that doesn't make any sense. Maybe one day I will, or maybe I won't. I've tried giving up before, and I have an itch to make music. The only thing that scratches it is making music, Maybe one day I get lucky and I just post a little song, fucking throwaway post, and somebody's like, oh, that's dope. Maybe I meet the right people. Maybe time in my life frees up a little bit, so I have more time that I could focus on free fucking short form content, but it's not going to make me like it anymore. I don't like short form content. I don't want to be an influencer. I'm sorry. Maybe my moral compass is a little bit messed up. Maybe I'm like too young to have this old man syndrome of like, I'm just can't catch up with the times. Like, dude, this shit's killing us, man. It's killing us. It's killing us. And yeah, I've posted a little bit here and there, but I don't feel good about it when I do. I feel fucking awful when I do. Now I'm trying this to see if maybe like YouTube is a better option. I don't know. I guess I'm just venting. Just want to get it out. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I make this video and then like one day, I get to look back on it and laugh, and I figured out like the secret to like making some form of fucking content, and then I'm like, oh, look at that. I can make content all the time, and even though none of these people would ever give a fuck about my music, they just fucking come here because I make them laugh and all that bullshit, dude. Fucking hate it. Hate it so much. But as I was saying, maybe one day I'm going to look back on this and I'm going to laugh because I was so unsure of myself at this time. And yeah, maybe I will have made it. Maybe in the future. I can see it. I can see a vision of me being there. I can see a vision of me making music, doing tours, selling merch, having a pretty decent size audience. Having a pretty decent size audience. At least make enough money to buy my mom a fucking house. And part of me feels like it's closer than ever. And part of me feels like it's so far away, it's not even real. It's just a figment of my imagination, and I am just destined to a life of mediocrity, an extraordinary person stuck inside of a mediocre person's life and world. You know, I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. Yeah, thank you if you listened. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a beautiful day. And I hope one day I get to look back on this and laugh. I really hope that one day I get to look back on this and say, hey, you know, everything is going to work out exactly how you want it to. That's the reality I hope for, but at this point, man, I just don't know anymore. I just really don't know. Have a beautiful day, or night, or whatever, if anybody's watching. Have a good one. Bye.
Have I felt my own peak, or will I never be someone that you remember? Just let me set the scene. Give me 15 minutes or $15. 15 reasons why my world is getting smaller. That's 15 years with 15 problems. 15 reasons why I'm finna step on top of you.